I was 19. I was completely healthy. About to go into the military. Was waiting. I had 5 months before I was going to basic training. So, what happened was, I had a bad case of mono, so I was told. My throat was sore and I had a cold. I went to a minute clinic. They said, oh, it's just mono. I ended up going back to the doctor. They said, oh, it's just a bad case of mono. Fast forward a few days. I'm in my basement at my parents' house, down there where I lived, and throwing up in a 5-gallon bucket. Couldn't keep nothing down. Just down there in the dark, just dry heaving, sick as fuck. My dad finally, he's the reason I pretty much, my life was saved. He was like, look, you need to go to the ER. And I was like, I'm alright, like I'm just gonna fight it. He's like, no dude, like you really need to go. So I was like, alright, I could barely get up the fucking stairs. I walk into the ER, hobbling in there. I was a mess. I was the sickest I've ever been in my life. I was the sickest person by far in this whole hospital. Fast forward. Next thing I remember, because what happened was, my blood work came back, it was bad. I had this, what happened was a bacteria, I had Lemire syndrome, a bacteria called Fusobacterium went through my mouth. It's naturally found in your mouth, and it went through my swollen tonsils. It clotted in my jugular vein. So I had to get my whole jugular vein taken out. I remember before I got the vein taken out, my memory's all fucked up. I can't remember much. They took me from one hospital to a bigger hospital, and I remember I kind of like woke up. I was in a daze. And I remember being in there. It's me and my dad, and the doctors or nurses and shit kept coming in, and they're like telling me that my tests are coming back worse and worse, and they don't know what's wrong with me. So at this point, I can see it on my dad's face. I'm hearing the tests. I can feel I'm so fucked up and sick. I'm fucking dying. And it's legit. I'm fucking dying. That was the point where I was like, fuck. Like, it just soaked into me like a sponge. Now, my memory's splotchy. Next few things I remember, I wake up. I was in I don't remember it much of anything. I was in a medical induced coma for like 9 or 10 days. I wake up. I hallucinate for over 3 days straight and don't sleep. I'm in tremendous pain. A part of my lung had to get taken out because I went septic. I had chest tubes, 3 of them, and I'm in the worst pain of my life. The nurse was a bitch. She gave me 2 different doses of Ambien. I stay awake on the Ambien. I hallucinate off it. Coming out the medical induced coma, hallucinating for 3 days straight. I had a hell trip. I'll make a separate video because I could make a whole video on the hell trip. I was in hell. It was the worst experience of my whole entire life. What I'm trying to get at is, I almost died. I woke up, staples in my neck, chest tubes coming out of me. Worst pain of my life. I'm 19 years old, just turned 19. What I'm trying to tell you is, prepare yourself, because life is going to come and smack you in the fucking face. Hopefully it doesn't to any degree like that, but we're guaranteed one thing in this life, and that's we're all going to die. Prepare yourself. Make self-induced pain by daily habits, early wake up time, doing the hard things, working those extra hours, working out, pushing yourself. Do these things now, so when life comes and smacks you in the face and they might tell you, oh, you got cancer, you got 6 months to live, that you don't die the second they tell you that you have cancer. You need to be the person that dies when your heart stops fucking beating. Harden yourself, daily habits, self-induced traumas. You're gonna harden yourself, callous your mind, do the hard things. so that you're going to be ready when life comes knocking, because it will come knocking, and it's going to punch you and smack you in the fucking face and kick you when you're down. And if you don't know how to play defense and your mind isn't ready for it, you're no match and life's going to win. Last thing I'm going to tell you is there was at one point when I woke up and I got through this hallucinations. I'm on pain medicine. I'm fighting the worst pain of my life from these chest tubes. I had to fight for my life. There was a pivotal point where, and I think there is a little credit to the pain medicine because a side effect of it is agitation. And there was a point where my body was still dying. Like I wasn't recovering right. Like I was so fucked up, man. You can just tell when you're dying. And I had to decide. It was a pivotal point where I decided I was going to fight for my life. And saying it just sounds like some cliche bullshit. Now, there was a vivid spot I remember where my anxiety's going left, right, up, down. It can't grasp onto anything. And it hit me. You have to choose if you want to live or die. And for you to live right now, you have to fight this. So I'm 19, on a deathbed, out of surgery, still in the worst shape of my life. And I had to fight for my life. And what I'm telling you is before, and hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but like I said, you're guaranteed to die. You might get lucky. You might go out in your sleep. I guess that would be preferred. Or you might get cancer and it might tear you apart every day and every second of your life until you die. Self-induce pain, harden yourself, fight every day for your life and make it hard and prepare yourself because it's going to come knocking. And I think I was blessed in a way that this happened when I was 19 because now I'm 28 and I've experienced some things that some people might not ever even experience. I mean, obviously probably never going to experience the same exact situation. We're all going to go through different paths and situations in life and medical problems and whatever. But mentally being able to harden myself from trauma that's been induced upon me and be able to come out on the other side of it, that's where it's kind of a positive because I'm 28. Comparing myself to a lot of other 28 years old, I feel like I'm mentally further, even though I set myself back in a lot of ways because of drugs, but the trauma made me stronger. Make the things hard, do the hard shit, and do it because it's going to make you better. That's it. One step forward every day. Peace.